Every winter, the island of Sodor got battered by cold winds. Snow fell on the line, and it made it difficult for the engines to work. One evening, Henry was sizzling at the platform when he heard his driver talking to the station master. "Snow's come thick this year," he shivered. "I heard the Little Western's been cut off from the rest of the island. Snow and ice all over the tracks." "You can say that again," said the station master. "We sent Donald and Douglas to clear the line, but they couldn't get through the snow. Thought it too risky, and tried throughout the night." "Pah!" Henry snorted to himself. "You'd think engines with as much determination as Donald and Douglas would be able to push through some silly white powder." "We tried," put in Donald, "but the snow's too thick. It requires an engine with proper Scottish spirit to break through." "Aye," said Douglas. "We've seen some drifts in our day, but that's too much, even for 2 engines." "Well, if you had me, we would get it done," replied Henry loftily. "I've beaten more than just snow." "Oh, I don't know, Henry," chuckled his driver. "I seem to recall the tale of a big green engine struggling with some icy points and a goods train a few years back." Before Henry could reply, the guard's whistle blew and he bustled out of the station into the freezing winds, complaining endlessly. "Frozen points, frozen points! I'm not the only one who's had trouble in the snow. It wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault." As Henry moved through the countryside, he could feel his wheels slipping on the icy rails. "Be careful, Henry," his driver warned. "There's more snow on the way, and it's going to be worse than last night. You heard about the—" Yes, the Little Western snowed in. You'd think Donald and Douglas would have been able to clear it. Only an engine with proper Scottish spirit can break through," he said mockingly. As they neared Tidmouth, the snow started to fall. It was heavy and thick and blocked Henry's vision. His lamp shone with a ghostly yellow light in the fog, lighting up only the rails in front of him. "Driver, I can't see," moaned Henry. "Nor can I," replied his driver. "But we have to get through. We're almost at the last station." But what his driver didn't know was that the heavy snowfall had brought down the power lines. The station was bathed in darkness. "That's funny. We should have neared Tidmouth by now," Henry thought. The only thing keeping him going was the idea of sleeping in his nice warm shed. Suddenly, a shrill whistle broke the silence. "Stop!" came a voice. Neither Henry nor his driver could figure out where the voice was coming from. Suddenly, it all became clear, but it was too late. The driver slammed on the brakes and Henry fought for control of the icy rails, but it was too much. He looked ahead and shut his eyes tight and... When Henry finally came to, he could hear cheers and whistles. What's happening?" he said, confused. "You've cleared the way, old boy," cheered a workman. "Look!" Henry had come off the rails, but as he looked, he could see something ahead of him. Duck and Oliver were coming down, snowplows in tow, and Donald and Douglas had brought the breakdown train. As they lifted Henry onto the rails, he could see the snow on the line had cleared. Was that me?" he shivered. "Aye," said Donald. "You came straight through Tidmouth much too fast. But then you hit the snowbank and helped to clear the path through to the Little Western," chuckled Douglas. "Only an engine with proper Scottish spirit could break through." They winked at Henry. Henry felt too cold to reply.